Okay, so this is what was found inside the house that I bought to auction. So I don't think that anybody had seen inside it because it was boarded up. So the front door was just boarded up, and then the back door was secured from the inside. You'll see here where the builder's showing that he's found the door locked from the inside and some sort of string system, so that the people who were living there or squatting there could get in and out. So basically, well, you'll see the house was in quite a state inside, very messy, but there were no tenants in and it was squatters, so the builder had to secure the premises. So basically, what these squatters had done, unfortunately, is to steal a couple of boilers and the copper pipe work. Now, they didn't think to turn the stopcock off before they stole this pipe work and boilers, and unfortunately, this caused a big leak. And because the floor was a laminate, that laminate stopped the water from dripping down. Oh, this is the backyard. You can see quite a lot of stuff there, and quite a lot of rubbish all around the house. Yeah, because the floor was laminate with this flood, the water didn't seep through. It sort of stayed there and stayed there and stayed there until eventually it did sort of crash through and break the ceiling, which you'll see in a moment. This is where there was a boiler, which had been stolen, and obviously the pipes ripped out. I can't say that they're squatters. They've got really good plumbing skills, but not much tidying skills either. So anyway, it could have been a lot worse. But when the water all flooded and it crashed through the ceiling, that then made everything wet. And at that point, water was apparently sort of coming out the side of the house, according to my neighbour. Oh, hold on a sec. So my neighbours had come in and turned off the water, but because it was so wet, this is when you've got the black mould everywhere. You can see it's quite a state. I hadn't seen inside the property when I bought it at auction, and but I don't think anyone else had either. So with it being boarded up, and once the builders had secured it, there was no problems with the squatters. Nobody's come back. Oh, that was the front door you might have just seen there with the boarding up. And this is the ground floor, which you can see a lot of the black, start getting to see a lot of the black mould, and everything's so wet. And obviously it had been in some sort of state of repairs because there's no plasterboard on the walls, but you can see the black mould everywhere. Obviously that's had to be treated and everything removed. And well, that's a motorbike in the lounge. Broken ceilings, and obviously it's not in the best of states. If you see little brown or black things on the floor, that is dog poo. And then you can see everywhere there's just black mould everywhere, on the ceilings, on the walls, all the plasterboard's wet through. So, I mean, they must have noticed that it flooded like that. But it was my neighbours who'd had to go in and turn the water off. So, luckily, otherwise it'd still be running from the state of it. This is the back ground floor room. So you can see there's a lot of rubbish in the yard, a lot of rubbish everywhere. Building materials, partway through a building job by the look of it, and for whatever reason it stopped. So I don't really have any history on the house. I just know that the lending company, I think it was a building society, had put it up for auction because it had been repossessed from the owner. And I believe it's been empty for about a year, and they'd had quite a bit of trouble with squatters and people breaking in and the fire alarm going off. Oh, you'll see here poo in the bath. Yes, that's poo in the bath. Look, it's a little bit blurry. Yeah, they'd had a lot of problem with squatters and the fire alarm going off, and obviously they're not knowing how to turn it off. There's a big row of suitcases there, so I don't know, maybe they were planning on going off on the holidays. A gas heater, because obviously there's no electric or gas services on in the house. In fact, some of the houses there still isn't gas or electric services on because I still can't get the energy companies to come and sort it out. But anyway, this is a later video. So my friend made this video, and I do apologise for them doing it on the phone and not doing it portrait. You know, they've done it portrait. They should have done it landscape. So this is the same house once they've I think they had about 6 skips of rubbish that they'd taken out. Obviously it looks a lot better already, and they did a clean up job and disinfected, you know, floor by floor. They went through and disinfected everything. So this is my friend coming through now and you know, sending a video to me over in France. So obviously at this time I'm still in France, and I've not seen inside the property. At this point I don't own the property, so I've only exchanged on it because I bought it at auction, and I didn't actually complete on the property. I think it was the 12th of October, so the builders had already been in for about 3 weeks then. This black mould, my goodness, look at it. So anyway, once they'd taken all this off and taken all the plaster down and put new on it, obviously it's much better, but it's very dangerous for your health, this black mould. And these rooms, you can't hardly recognise them from how they were with all that rubbish in, and also hopefully in the near future how they're going to be once I get it in a good fit state to have tenants in. You can see that the insulation on the ceilings completely come down, and obviously this insulation, because it's wet through and the black mould, you have to take it all out, and that's obviously, it's all had to be skipped and allow it to dry out. So the builder's got dehumidifiers in to try and dry the house out, and then that way you can start to put stuff back in. You can't put the plasterboard back in if it's still wet with the black mould everywhere, or it'll just spread again. So it looks quite clear now, doesn't it? Oh yeah, if you ignore, yeah, oh, ignore that bit too. But it could have been a lot worse. 2 boilers and some pipes stolen, a flood, new plasterwork. Now, oh yeah, a bit more plasterwork there. Also, another thing, because it's an old house, the plasterwork had been damaged and it had to be replaced. So because you're replacing it, you also need to bring the house up to modern standards, and in this case this involved putting fireboard plasterboard into the ceiling. So before they put the ordinary plasterboard on, they put a layer of fireboard, so that if there's a fire in the flat it won't go through to the next flat. Oh well, it will, but it'll give a delay. It's like similar to your fire doors that give you a half an hour delay. I presume this plasterboard gives you a delay so that you can give you a chance to get out, or get the fire brigade to get you out. And you know, the fire, if there is a fire, it won't, you know, rip through quickly. it slows the fire down. Oh, that's a shame they took that nice cooker out because it still had a sticker on it. But I was still in France, so obviously you can't keep an eye on them. That bathroom's not too bad. It still looks like that now. Oh, the pipes have been there for the boiler that they're putting in. And obviously all these doors that aren't fire doors, I've had to put fire doors on so to make sure that it complies with the fire safety. It's got a fire alarm system in. Obviously I'll have to have that updated and make sure that's right as well. So this is all on top of the plumbing, the electrics, the building, the cleaning, the decorating, the flooring. But I'll get there in the end, no doubt. And thanks for watching. And see you in the next video when I've actually already made the next video. As soon as I can upload it, oh yeah, you can see the black mold there. As soon as I can upload it, I will, because there's been so much progress since then, much nicer. All the black mold's gone, obviously, and you know, there has been quite a lot of progress. Still quite a bit to go, but I think in the next one you will notice a big difference of, you know, it really has made a big difference getting it cleaned properly and painted. And all these nice wooden legs belong to a table thing that I took it to the tip shop. So they have a tip shop here where you can take things you don't want, so that other people can use them. Or back out into the kitchen, you have a quick view, I think, at the end of the yard. And yeah, not too bad. Still needs painting on the outside or a new render on the outside, but it'll all get done. So see you in the next one. And thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Leave any questions down below. And there you go.